One day, Thomas was at the junction when Gordon shoveled in with some trucks. "Pooh!" remarked Thomas. "What a funny smell." "Can you smell a smell?" "I can't smell a smell," said Annie and Clara. "A funny musty sort of smell," said Thomas. "No one noticed it till you did," grunted Gordon. "It must be yours." "Annie, Clarabelle, do you know what I think it is?" "It's ditch water." Gordon snorted, but before he could answer, Thomas puffed quickly away. Annie and Clarabelle couldn't believe their ears. "He's dreadfully rude. We feel quite ashamed. He's dreadfully rude," they twittered to each other. "You mustn't be rude. You make us ashamed," they kept telling Thomas. But Thomas didn't care a bit. That was funny. He chuckled. He felt very pleased with himself. Annie and Clarabelle were deeply shocked. They had great respect for Gordon the Big Engine. Thomas left the coach at the station and went to a mine for some trucks. Long ago, miners digging for lead had made tunnels under the ground. Though strong enough to hold up trucks, their roofs could not bear the weight of engines. A large notice said, "Danger! Engines must not pass this board." Thomas had often been warned, but he didn't care. "Silly old board," he thought. He had often tried to pass it, but had never succeeded. This morning he laughed as he puffed along. He had made a plan. His driver stopped it as his fireman went to switch the points. "Now," said Thomas to himself, bumping the trucks fiercely, jerked his driver off the footplate. "Hurrah!" "Stupid old board," said Thomas as he passed it. There's no danger. "Look out!" his driver shouted. The ballast slipped away and the rails sagged and broke. "Fire and smoke," said Thomas. "I'm sunk." And he was. Thomas could just see out the hole, but he couldn't move. "Oh dear," he said. "I am a silly engine." "And a very naughty one too," said a voice behind him. "I saw you." "Please get me out. I won't be naughty again." "I'm not so sure," replied the Fat Controller. We can't lift you out with the crane. The ground's not firm enough." Let me see. I wonder if Gordon could pull you out." "Yes, sir," said Thomas nervously. He didn't want to meet Gordon just yet. "Down a mine, is he?" "Ha ha!" laughed Gordon. What a joke! "Poop, poop, little Thomas. We'll have you out in a couple of puffs." Two strong cables were fastened between the two engines. "Poop, poop, poop. Are you ready?" "Heave!" called the Fat Controller. But they didn't pull Thomas out in 2 puffs. Gordon was panting hard and nearly purple before he dragged Thomas out of the hold and safely past the board. "Why, so you are, Thomas. We're both in disgrace. Shall we form an alliance?" What was it? "An alliance, Thomas. United we stand, together we fall," said Gordon grandly. "You help me and I help you. What about that?" "Right you are," said Thomas. "Good, that's settled," rumbled Gordon, and buffer to buffer, the allies puffed home.